The war against the Separatists was coming to an end, and the location of General Grievous had finally been discovered. At the Jedi Temple on Coruscant, a council meeting had been convened to decide who would lead the crucial mission to capture the cyborg leader. Anakin Skywalker was present, seated beside Obi-Wan Kenobi, while Master Windu presided over the session. Master Yoda was beside Windu as always, his presence small but imposing. Master Plo Koon observed attentively, while Master Ki-Adi-Mundi analyzed the intelligence holograms. The tension in the room was evident, as everyone knew this mission could define the fate of the war. Anakin leaned forward in his seat, his firm voice cutting through the silence. "Masters, I would like to volunteer to go to Utapau and confront Grievous," he said, his blue eyes shining with determination. "I have experience dealing with him, and I believe I can end this threat." Master Windu looked at Anakin with a stern expression, crossing his arms over his chest. "Your confidence is admirable, young Skywalker, but this mission requires more than just skill with a lightsaber." Windu responded, his deep voice echoing through the chamber. Master Yoda tapped his staff on the floor gently. "Decided it already is," Yoda said. "To Utapau, Master Kenobi will go, yes. Experience with Grievous he has, and wisdom necessary for this mission." Anakin felt frustration burn in his chest, but forced himself to maintain composure. Inside the council chamber, as soon as Anakin left, the atmosphere immediately changed. Master Windu looked around the room. "We need to discuss the situation with Skywalker," he began. Master Yoda closed his eyes for a moment. "Troubling, his connection with the Chancellor is," Yoda said. "Very close they have become, and shadows around Palpatine I sense." Master Plo Koon leaned forward. "The Chancellor has been exerting considerable influence over Anakin. This has not gone unnoticed." Master Ki-Adi-Mundi nodded. "I suggest we take measures to ensure that Anakin is not manipulated any further." Master Windu began walking through the center of the chamber. "I was considering asking Anakin to spy on the Chancellor," he admitted, "but that could push him even further away from us." Obi-Wan finally spoke. "I agree with Master Windu. Asking Anakin to spy on someone he trusts could destroy our relationship with him completely." Yoda tapped his staff on the floor again. "A better solution we have. Accompany Master Kenobi to Utapau. Skywalker must. Away from Palpatine he will be, and time to think clearly he will have." Master Plo Koon nodded in approval. "It is a good idea. Obi-Wan has always had a positive influence on Anakin." Master Windu stopped walking and looked at Obi-Wan. "Master Kenobi, do you agree with this plan?" Obi-Wan reflected for a moment. "Yes, I agree," he finally said. "Anakin and I have had less time together lately. This mission may be exactly what we need." Master Ki-Adi-Mundi raised a question. "And what about your mission on Utapau?" Obi-Wan smiled slightly. "Anakin is one of the most skilled warriors we have. His presence will be an advantage." Master Yoda seemed satisfied, then decided it is, yes. "To Kashyyyk I will go. Master Kenobi and Skywalker, to Utapau will go together." The meeting was concluded with everyone agreeing to the plan. Obi-Wan found Anakin in the temple gardens. "Anakin," Obi-Wan called. Anakin turned, surprised. "What did the council want to discuss?" Obi-Wan smiled. "Actually, I have good news. The council decided that you will come with me to Utapau after all." Anakin's eyes lit up. "Really? That's unexpected," he said. Obi-Wan placed a hand on Anakin's shoulder. "They recognized that you would be better utilizing your skills in the field. Besides, we've always worked well together, haven't we?" Anakin smiled, a genuine smile that Obi-Wan hadn't seen in a long time. "Yes, we always have," Anakin agreed. "When do we leave?" Obi-Wan checked his communicator. "In a few hours. I suggest you go prepare." The two Jedi walked together through the temple. "Anakin," Obi-Wan said, "I know things have been difficult lately, but I want you to know that I'm here, always, as your friend." Anakin looked at Obi-Wan with gratitude. "Thank you, Obi-Wan. That means a lot to me." The starship cut through hyperspace toward Utapau, the elongated stars passing by the cockpit windows. Anakin was at the controls, with R2-D2 beeping occasionally beside him. Obi-Wan decided this was an opportunity he couldn't waste. "Anakin," he began, "how have you really been?" Anakin kept his eyes on the controls. "I've been fine," Anakin said, but his voice wasn't convincing. Obi-Wan decided not to press immediately. "Remember when we used to train together at the temple?" Obi-Wan asked. "You always insisted on trying moves that I said were too advanced." Anakin finally smiled. "And usually I managed to perform them anyway," he responded. "You were always too cautious." Obi-Wan laughed softly. "Cautious is a kind word. You used to terrify me with your acrobatics." R2-D2 beeped in agreement, making them both laugh. The atmosphere was definitely lighter now. "You know, Anakin," Obi-Wan continued, "I know I haven't been the best friend lately. The war has kept us apart, and I miss the days when we spent more time together." Anakin finally turned his eyes from the controls. "I miss it too, Obi-Wan," he admitted. "Things have changed so much. Sometimes I feel like I'm losing sight of who I really am." Obi-Wan felt concern grow, but kept his expression calm. "Change is natural, Anakin, but you're still the same person I met." Anakin laughed, but there was melancholy in his eyes. "You always know what to say." Obi-Wan leaned closer. "I only speak the truth, and I want you to know that you can always talk to me about anything." Anakin nodded slowly, as if considering something deeply, but for now remained silent. Obi-Wan could sense there was something troubling his friend, but knew he had to be patient. Utapau appeared before them, a planet of deep craters. The ship descended toward the city. "Prepare for landing," Anakin said. "It looks too quiet." Obi-Wan studied the surroundings. "I agree. Keep the shields ready." Suddenly, laser fire explosions illuminated the sky. "There's the reception I expected," Obi-Wan said dryly. Anakin maneuvered the ship with impressive precision. "Hold on," he shouted. Obi-Wan watched with admiration as Anakin demonstrated his exceptional skill. "A more conventional landing wouldn't be out of the question," Obi-Wan commented. Anakin smiled. "Where's the fun in that?" The ship finally touched down on the intact platform. "Good work," Obi-Wan said. "Anakin, remember we need Grievous alive if possible." Anakin nodded, his hand already on his lightsaber. "Understood. Let's finish this." The two Jedi emerged from the ship, ready for whatever came. The battle began immediately. Anakin moved like lightning, his blue saber cutting through the droids. Obi-Wan fought beside him, forming a perfectly synchronized duo. "Left!" Obi-Wan shouted, and Anakin blocked instantly. "Above you!" Anakin responded. They moved as a single entity. "There!" Anakin pointed, seeing Grievous fleeing. "He's trying to escape." Obi-Wan and Anakin ran after him, jumping over obstacles. Finally, they cornered Grievous in a large chamber. The general turned, his four hands revealing stolen lightsabers. "Kenobi," Grievous growled, "and Skywalker, 2 prizes for the price of 1. Grievous sabers ignited simultaneously. "General Grievous," Obi-Wan said, "you are surrounded. Surrender." Grievous laughed. "Mercy? From the Jedi." He attacked with surprising speed, his 4 sabers creating a storm of light. The battle was intense. Obi-Wan focused on defending and looking for openings, while Anakin pressed aggressively. "Anakin, careful!" Obi-Wan shouted. Anakin blocked at the last second. Obi-Wan took advantage and used the Force to tear a saber from Grievous. The general growled in rage. Anakin attacked the exposed side, striking the cyborg's internal systems. Grievous staggered. "Now!" Anakin shouted. Obi-Wan pulled another saber, while Anakin cut a third. Left with only 1 saber, Grievous was at a disadvantage. Obi-Wan used the Force to push him against the wall, while Anakin cut his last saber. "It's over, Grievous," Obi-Wan said. With precision, Obi-Wan cut Grievous' mechanical legs. "Cursed Jedi," Grievous spat. Obi-Wan activated his communicator. "This is Kenobi. We have Grievous. He looked at Anakin and smiled. Good work. We work well together as always. The clone troops arrived quickly. With the mission accomplished, the two Jedi could relax. Obi-Wan noticed Anakin quiet, looking at the horizon. Anakin? Is everything all right? Anakin seemed to snap out of his thoughts. Yes, just thinking. Obi-Wan decided this was the moment. Let's find a quieter place to talk. Anakin hesitated, but then nodded. They found an observation platform. Obi-Wan waited patiently. Finally, Anakin spoke. Obi-Wan, there's something I need to tell you. He began, his voice hesitant. Something that has been tormenting me. Obi-Wan turned completely toward Anakin. I'm listening. Whatever it is, you can tell me. Anakin clenched his hands. I've been having dreams, he said. Terrible dreams about someone I love dying. And they seem so real. Obi-Wan felt concern. What kind of dreams? I see someone dying during childbirth, Anakin said. There's so much pain, and I can't do anything. It's like the dreams about my mother before she died. And those came true too. Obi-Wan placed a comforting hand on Anakin's shoulder. Visions of the future are difficult to interpret, Anakin. They show possibilities, not certainties. Anakin opened his eyes. There was desperation in them. But what if they're real? I can't let this happen. Obi-Wan studied Anakin carefully. Anakin, who is this person in your dreams? Anakin froze. He looked at Obi-Wan, then looked away. I can't say, he murmured. Obi-Wan felt they were at the threshold of something important. Anakin, let me help you. You can trust me. Anakin remained silent, and then, almost unwillingly, the words escaped. It's Padme. The name came out as a whisper. Obi-Wan felt as if the ground had disappeared. Padme? Senator Amidala? Anakin finally looked at Obi-Wan, tears beginning to form. I didn't want you to find out this way, he said, his voice breaking. But yes, it's Padme. We're married, Obi-Wan. For years. Obi-Wan felt a wave of conflicting emotions. Married, he repeated. Anakin, you know this goes against the code. Why didn't you tell me before? Anakin wiped his eyes. I was afraid, but now she's pregnant. And I keep having these dreams, and I don't know what to do. The news of the pregnancy was another shock, but Obi-Wan forced himself to remain calm. Anakin, Obi-Wan said carefully, thank you for telling me. I know it wasn't easy. Anakin looked surprised. You're not angry? Obi-Wan sighed. Disappointed? Yes. Angry? No. You're like a brother to me. As for your dreams, Obi-Wan continued, we have to be rational. The senator has access to the best medical care. Is there any medical reason for concern? Anakin shook his head. No, but my dreams. Obi-Wan interrupted gently. May be reflecting your fears, not the future. You're under tremendous pressure. Anakin wanted to believe. What if you're wrong? Obi-Wan thought carefully. Then we'll do everything to ensure she's safe. But Anakin, don't let these fears consume you. Fear leads to the dark side. Anakin nodded slowly. I know. It's so hard. Obi-Wan squeezed his shoulder. I know. But you're not alone now. We'll work through this together. Anakin felt immense relief. Thank you, Obi-Wan. You don't know how much this means. Obi-Wan smiled. I'll always be here for you. They sat in silence, absorbing the weight of the conversation. There's one more thing, Anakin said. Chancellor Palpatine has been helping me. He even told me about a Sith Lord named Darth Plagueis. Obi-Wan felt a chill. Plagueis? Why would Palpatine be telling you about Sith legends? Anakin seemed defensive. He was trying to help me. He said Plagueis had powers to prevent death. Obi-Wan felt alarms ringing. Anakin, this is very concerning. How does the Chancellor know about such obscure Sith legends? Anakin frowned. He said it was history he had studied. Why? Obi-Wan stood up, beginning to pace. Think about it. Palpatine is a politician, not a Force historian. How would he have this knowledge? And why share it with you specifically? Anakin fell silent. Anakin thought. Since I arrived on Coruscant. He's always been kind, always supported me when the council didn't. Obi-Wan nodded understandingly. And that makes him so effective. He's earned your trust over the years. He paused. Anakin, have you ever felt anything strange in the Force around Palpatine? Anakin reflected. Now that you mention it, there's always something I can't identify. Like a shadow. Obi-Wan felt his stomach tighten. Anakin, I believe that Chancellor Palpatine may be a Sith Lord. The words hung in the air. Anakin stood abruptly. What? Obi-Wan, that's absurd. Palpatine has been leading the Republic against the Sith. Obi-Wan kept his voice calm. It would be the perfect camouflage. Leading both sides of the war, manipulating events to gain power. Anakin wanted to argue, but the words made disturbing sense. But he's always been so kind. Obi-Wan approached. That's exactly how the Sith operate. They manipulate, seduce. And now he's offering you a solution based on the dark side. Anakin closed his eyes. If you're right, then everything. He couldn't finish. Obi-Wan gripped his shoulders. Was manipulation. But now you know, and we can do something. Anakin opened his eyes. There was determination in them. What do we do? Obi-Wan began pacing. First, nothing hasty. If Palpatine is a Sith, he's extremely dangerous. We need to inform the Council when we return. Anakin nodded. What about Padme? If Palpatine finds out? Obi-Wan considered. We need to ensure she's safe. As for the Council knowing about your marriage, we deal with one crisis at a time. First Palpatine, then the rest. Anakin trusted Obi-Wan. All right, we'll do it your way. Obi-Wan smiled. Not my way, the right way. Together. The journey back to Coruscant was tense. Anakin processed everything, while Obi-Wan planned how to present his suspicions to the Council. When they arrived on Coruscant, they were immediately summoned to the Council chamber. Master Yoda had returned from Kashyyyk. Welcome back you are, Yoda greeted. Great victory you achieved. Master Windu nodded. The capture of Grievous is a significant blow. You did excellent work. Obi-Wan exchanged a look with Anakin. Thank you, but there's something urgent we need to discuss. The atmosphere immediately changed. Master Plo Koon leaned forward. What happened? Obi-Wan took a deep breath. During our mission, I had a revealing conversation with Anakin. He told me about conversations with Chancellor Palpatine that left me deeply concerned. Anakin stepped forward. Palpatine told me about a Sith Lord named Darth Plagueis, claiming he had powers to prevent death. He had detailed knowledge about Sith legends. Master Windu stood abruptly. Plagueis? How would Palpatine know about this? Yoda closed his eyes. Long ago, suspect the Chancellor I began. But proof we did not have. Now clearer it becomes. Obi-Wan continued. There's more. Palpatine cultivated a close relationship with Anakin since childhood, positioning himself as a mentor. This is the pattern of someone preparing a potential apprentice. The room fell silent. Master Windu began pacing. If Palpatine is the Sith Lord we've been looking for, then he orchestrated this entire war. Everything was part of his plan. Master Plo Koon nodded. And now, with the war almost over and his emergency powers still in effect, he's in the perfect position. Anakin spoke, his voice with contained anger. He used me. Yoda looked at Anakin with compassion. Blame yourself you must not. Powerful in darkness, Palpatine is. Master Windu stopped. We need to act, but carefully. If we alert Palpatine, he may accelerate his plans. Obi-Wan nodded. I suggest we investigate first. Confirm our suspicions. Yoda tapped his staff. Discreet we must be. Proof we must find. The following days were tense. The Jedi investigated Palpatine discreetly. Anakin maintained his normal interactions with the Chancellor, each conversation now loaded with new sinister meaning. One evening, after another meeting, Anakin found Obi-Wan. He's definitely planning something, Anakin said. Today he mentioned that the Jedi could become a problem when the war ends. Obi-Wan felt a chill. He's testing you. Anakin clenched his fists. The more time I spend near him, the more I realize how he's always manipulated me. Obi-Wan felt compassion. It's not your fault. Anakin looked with gratitude. Thank you for being here, for not judging me when I told you about Padme. Obi-Wan smiled. You're my brother. I'll always be by your side. They sat in silence. Has the council found something? Obi-Wan nodded. Master Yoda discovered old records. Palpatine had suspicious connections. It's not definitive proof, but it's building a pattern. Anakin sighed. How long until we have proof? Obi-Wan looked at the stars. It needs to be soon. Finally, Master Windu convened an emergency meeting. We found evidence, Windu began. Coded communications between Palpatine and the Separatists. References to Order 66. Suspicious financial transactions. Master Ki-Adi-Mundi examined a datapad. Additionally, Palpatine extensively studied stolen Sith texts over the years. Master Plo Koon nodded. And some Jedi who disappeared, we found evidence that Palpatine had particular interest in them. Yoda had his eyes closed. When he spoke, his voice was heavy. Blind I was. Right under our noses, the Sith Lord was. Darth Sidious, he calls himself. The Master of Dooku. The revelation fell over the room like a stone. The enemy they sought had been ruling the Republic all along. Anakin felt anger. He played with all of us. Master Windu looked around. We need to act now. But how do we arrest the Chancellor without causing panic? Obi-Wan spoke. We need a plan that isolates him. Yoda nodded. A plan we have. Take Skywalker away from Coruscant, you must master Kenobi. An urgent mission, invent you will. Palpatine must not suspect. Master Windu continued. While you're away, Master Yoda and I will confront Palpatine. With the evidence we have, we can justify his arrest. Master Plo Koon added. The loyal clone troops will be ready, but we need to minimize bloodshed. Yoda tapped his staff. Prepared we will be, but avoid mortal confrontation we must, if possible. Obi-Wan still looked concerned. When should we leave? Yoda responded. Now. By nightfall, act we will. Obi-Wan left the chamber. As Obi-Wan and Anakin's ship left Coruscant, Master Windu and Master Yoda prepared themselves. They walked through the Senate corridors. When they reached the Chancellor's quarters, Yoda signaled for the troops to stop. Enter alone we must. Chancellor Palpatine rights has. Windu nodded, his hand near his saber. They touched the panel and the door opened. Palpatine was seated, working on datapads. Jedi Masters. Palpatine greeted with a smile. What a surprise. How may I help you? Master Windu stepped forward. Chancellor Palpatine, we have evidence of concerning activities connected to your office. Palpatine tilted his head. Surely there's some mistake. Yoda walked closer. Mistake there is not. Or should I say, Lord Sidious. The temperature seemed to drop. For a moment, Palpatine remained motionless, and then his smile transformed into something sinister. Ah, he said, his voice changing. So you've finally discovered. The mask of kindness melted, revealing the Sith Lord. You are fools, he growled, standing. You think you can stop me? Master Windu ignited his purple saber. In the name of the Senate, you are under arrest. Palpatine laughed. I am the Senate. Suddenly, he moved with surprising speed, drawing a saber and igniting its red blade. The confrontation began, the three blades colliding. Palpatine was more skilled than they imagined, but he was facing two of the most powerful Jedi. Master Yoda moved like green lightning. Master Windu attacked with controlled power. Together, they formed an impenetrable wall. The battle destroyed the office. You don't understand, Palpatine shouted. I brought peace. Yoda responded calmly. Peace through deceptions? True peace that is not. Palpatine tried to use Force lightning, but Yoda absorbed it. Windu took advantage, advancing and disarming Palpatine with a precise movement. The red saber flew across the room. Palpatine retreated, his hands raised. So this is how democracy dies, he said. with Jedi acting as assassins. Master Windu kept his saber pointed. "We are not assassins. You will be tried." Palpatine laughed bitterly. "Tried? By whom?" "By the Senate I control." Yoda walked forward. "By truth tried you will be. By the Force, by the galaxy you deceived." Palpatine knew he was defeated. Slowly he lowered his hands. "Very well. You've won this battle. But the war is far from over." Master Windu activated his communicator. "Send the troops. The Chancellor is in custody." Palpatine was taken to a maximum security cell in the temple, specially prepared to contain Force users. The news sent shock waves through Coruscant. The Senate was convened, where Master Windu presented the evidence. The revelation caused panic and disbelief. Senator Padme, pregnant but formidable, defended due process. "We must maintain our principles," she argued. Palpatine was tried. The trial was broadcast across the galaxy. Palpatine listened to the charges: conspiracy, treason, murder, being a practitioner of the dark side, orchestrating the Clone Wars. The list went on. Through it all, Palpatine remained calm, occasionally smiling. When it was his turn to speak, he stood. "I don't deny anything," he said. "But understand, I did what I did for order. This galaxy needs strength." Master Yoda responded. "Order through tyranny is not order. Peace through fear is not true peace." Palpatine laughed. "So you prefer chaos?" The jury deliberated. The verdict was inevitable. Guilty on all charges. The sentence was life imprisonment, isolated from the Force. Palpatine accepted with a smile. "You think this is over? You have no idea what I've set in motion." The words proved prophetic. From his cell, he activated his contingency. Order 66. The coded transmission was sent to the clones. Across the galaxy, suddenly, the clone troops turned against the Jedi. At the temple on Coruscant, alarms sounded when clones entered with orders to exterminate all Jedi. But the Republic wasn't unprepared. Palpatine's revelation had put everyone on alert. When the clones began to act, loyal Republic soldiers were ready. A battle erupted on the temple steps, clone against clone. Master Yoda, sensing the disturbance, rushed to communications. "To the Jedi across the galaxy, a warning I send. Betrayed by the clones we were. Trust in no one you must until clean the chip is." His message reached many in time, but many others fell. Master Windu led the temple's defense, his purple saber cutting through the chaos. But he knew they needed to end the source. He ran to Palpatine's cell. When he arrived, he found dead guards and sabotaged systems. Palpatine was standing, smiling. "You!" Windu roared. "Too late, Jedi," Palpatine mocked. "My will has already spread. Order 66 is in motion." Master Windu felt anger, but also terrible clarity. As long as Palpatine lived, he would continue to be a threat. With a quick movement, Windu advanced and executed Palpatine. The Sith's body fell, and Windu felt a massive disturbance in the Force. He stood there, processing what he had done, but knew it had been necessary. He activated his communicator. "Palpatine is dead. The source of the betrayal has been eliminated." The news spread. In some clones, the effect of the order began to waver. Medical teams began removing the control chips. The battle at the temple gradually diminished. Obi-Wan and Anakin, having received the call, returned to Coruscant. When they arrived, they found the temple damaged but standing. "Master!" Anakin called, running toward Obi-Wan. The two embraced briefly, relieved. "Is it over?" Anakin asked. Obi-Wan nodded grimly. "Palpatine is dead. Master Windu executed him when he discovered he had activated Order 66. Anakin processed this, complex feelings passing across his face. "How many Jedi did we lose?" Obi-Wan lowered his head. "Many, yes, but not all." Master Yoda's warning saved countless lives. Master Yoda approached, exhausted. "Survived we have, but long the road ahead will be. Rebuild the Order, restore trust, heal wounds." Anakin knelt beside Yoda. "How can we help, Master?" Yoda smiled wearily. Together work we must. Divided, almost fell we did. United, rebuild we can. In the following weeks, the galaxy processed everything. Palpatine's death led to complete restructuring. A new chancellor was elected. The clones freed were recognized as victims. The Jedi Order also changed, re-examining its dogmas. As for Anakin, he could finally go to Padme without fear. When he arrived at her residence, she was waiting. They embraced, tears of relief. "It's over," Anakin whispered. "It's really over." Padme pulled away to look into his eyes. "And what about us? Does the council know?" Anakin nodded. "Obi-Wan knows. And after everything that happened, he believes the council will be more understanding. Things are changing." Padme smiled. "And our baby?" Anakin placed a hand on her belly. "Our baby will be loved and protected. I promise." A few months later, Padme gave birth to healthy twins, Luke and Leia. The delivery went without complications. As he held his children, Anakin felt peace he had never experienced. Obi-Wan visited. "You'll be a great father, Anakin." Anakin looked with gratitude. "Only because you stayed with me." Obi-Wan placed a hand on Anakin's shoulder. "I would never give up on you. You're my brother." Master Yoda also came to visit and blessed the children. "Strong in the Force these little ones are. Great destiny they will have. But love of their parents, protect them that will." The galaxy healed. Darkness had been defeated through friendship, trust, and love.